It's been quite a ride for Agent 47. Over the last 20 years, Hitman has gone from a stealth sandbox masterpiece to a misguided action-adventure to an episodic reboot. And now it's come full circle, with Hitman 3 serving as a full-scope capper to the reboot trilogy that set the series back on its best course before developer IO Interactive moves on to its James Bond 007 project, which could signal the end for Agent 47 for the foreseeable future. If Hitman 3's first mission is anything to go by, our favorite bald and barcoded assassin is going out in style. Agent 47's passport has stamps from all around the world in it by now, and Hitman 3's first mission takes him to Dubai. Hitman, at its best, has always been about its player-driven creativity, and Dubai sets this game off on the right foot as far as that goes. You're tasked with taking out bad guys Carl Ingram and Marcus Stuyvesant as you stride towards the end of this trilogy's Providence story arc. I played the mission 3 different times, which Hitman 3 encourages by once again unlocking new starting locations and gear based on your choices and performance on each successive playthrough. For instance, the first time I went after Ingram, I disguised myself as a contact he was due to meet in his heavily fortified penthouse, went upstairs with his assistant, walking all the way up from the ground floor right past all those heavily armed guards in the process, and listened to him salivate over the idea of 47 taking someone on his enemy list out.
Now I want you to silence this little pain.
It was a tense spot. Here I was, face to face with my target. I could have easily stabbed him, snapped his neck, or shot him, but killing him in full view of several guards and his housekeeping staff would have set off a hornet's nest of trouble. And so I waited. But then our meeting ended, and I was asked to leave.
I'm sure you can see yourself out.
Should I cause chaos now or wait to see what happens? I opted for the latter, and ended up needing to come back later with a new plan. Acquire an elite guard uniform to get access to the penthouse once again, and then in classic Hitman fashion, poison his whiskey and wait. Eventually, he came back around to that adult beverage while I watched from a few feet away and bolted for the bathroom, where I could follow him in before his guards got wise. I drowned him in the vomit-filled toilet water. Check 1 kill off the to-do list. Along the way, though, I spotted several other ways I could have taken him out. I could have poisoned his food, just gone in guns blazing and shot my way out of there, not that Hitman really encourages this, or do what I actually did manage to do on my 3rd playthrough. Trap both Carl and Marcus in the same sealed room together after gathering enough intel to know where they were both going to be at the same time. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Finish it.
Where's the security panel?
For one of my other assassinations of Marcus, a douchebag rich guy who's hated enough to keep security around him full time, I overheard some guards talking about the new bodyguard due to report for duty with his papers very soon.
Probably still down at the depot, getting his uniform.
I sought out this new guy in the changing room downstairs, found him arguing with a housekeeper about his uniform not being cleaned on time, and I swiped his papers from his locker while he stood there in his skivvies. That let me walk right up to take his place, after which I had to prove my bodyguarding worth to Marcus by showing off my knife-throwing prowess on the roof. Obviously, Agent 47 is not lacking in that department, so once I did prove myself and my new boss was suitably impressed,
Look at that! Not bad at all.
he gave the other guards standing with us the rest of the night off, leaving us alone. From there, I just couldn't help myself. I had to kick him off the roof of the skyscraper. No muss, no fuss. Mission accomplished.
You got him, 47.
Even after 3 playthroughs of the Dubai mission, there are still many ways I could have done the mission. Hitman 3's sandbox is vast and filled with many toys. Sure, it still has some cheesy dialogue and voice acting, as well as some goofy animations, but overall, I'm extremely impressed by what I've played so far. For more on Hitman 3, check out the opening cinematic ahead of its release on January 20th, and for everything else in the world of gaming, stick with IGN.